Hello dear children, welcome back to chemistry class. We have learned in our last class water solubility, saturated solution and unsaturated solution. In today's class, we are going to begin with a new topic. So before we get into that, now look into this picture here. In the beginning of this chapter, we have already learned various sources from which we get water on earth. Some of the natural sources of water are oceans, rivers, ponds, lakes, streams, rain, etc. So these are the natural sources from which we get water on earth. So we know that we have water everywhere around us. But do you think that all this water is fit for human consumption? Or is that fit for drinking? Not really. So what is this water that is fit for drinking called? Let's see that now. Water that is fit for human consumption and water that is fit for drinking, it is called potable water. I repeat, water fit for human consumption and fit for drinking is called potable water. So for water to be fit for human consumption and fit for drinking, that water should satisfy few criteria. So we call them as characteristics. So here we have some of the important characteristics of potable water. So some of the characteristics of potable water are: it should be clear and colorless. Potable water should not contain any harmful germs or bacteria. Potable water should be free from harmful salts like nitrates and cyanides. Now these are salts which are harmful, which can even kill human beings if we consume that water that contains these harmful salts. So potable water should be free from harmful salts like nitrates and cyanides. Potable water should also have good taste. Now, taste in water is due to small amounts of dissolved gases and minerals in water. So there is small amount of gases and minerals which are dissolved in water. That is why we have taste for water. So these are the characteristics that a water should satisfy in order to be fit for human consumption and fit for drinking. Now let us have a look at types of water which are not considered to be fit for drinking or for human consumption. So there are two types of water not considered potable water. They are distilled water and seawater. Now, why do you think distilled water is not good for drinking or for human consumption? This is because distilled water does not contain any dissolved salts in it, which means distilled water is free from dissolved salts. So if we drink distilled water or if we consume distilled water, since it does not contain any dissolved salts in it, it will tend to take all the essential salts from our body, thus creating a deficiency in our body. That is why distilled water is not considered potable water. Now, what about seawater? Why do you think that we cannot consume seawater? We have already learned in this chapter's beginning that seawater is the most impure form of water on earth. It contains a very high amount of salts like sodium chloride dissolved in it. It also has salts of calcium and magnesium dissolved in it. So that is why seawater is not fit for drinking or even for use in agricultural purposes. So seawater is the most impure form of water and it is not suitable for drinking and also for agricultural use. Now look into this picture here. This picture clearly shows that most of the surface of the earth is covered by water. That is, about 3/4 of the surface of the earth is covered by water. But just like how we have seen some time back, all this water is not fit for drinking or for human consumption. So how do we make water fit for drinking or for human consumption? We need to purify water. So why do we need to purify water? Let's see that now. We need to purify water in order to remove any dissolved minerals like calcium and magnesium salts that are dissolved in water. We need to purify water in order to remove any dissolved gases like carbon dioxide. It also has to be purified to remove any dissolved suspended impurities like sand particles or organic matter. It has to be purified also to remove any kind of germs that causes diseases like typhoid, diarrhea and various other diseases. So only if we remove all these impurities from water, then only water becomes fit for drinking. Now in many of our homes, we use water after boiling it. That means after boiling water, we use it for drinking purposes, isn't it? Yes. So in many of our homes, we boil water in order to kill germs or bacteria that can cause us harm. But in many of the cities, how do they receive water? In many of the cities, they do not get water that is fit for drinking. So how do they purify that water? Especially in cities, water is received from lakes and rivers nearby. So this water from lakes and rivers are not fit for drinking as such. So first it has to be purified before it is used. So this water that comes from rivers and lakes will first go into the purification plants where the water is purified, that is by removing all these dissolved minerals, gases, suspended impurities and all the disease causing germs. So in purification plants, all these are removed and then it is sent to individual homes and we receive it through our taps at home. So this is how water from rivers and lakes reach our home. So rivers and lakes, water collected from there will first go into purification plant and from there after purification, this water will reach into each of our homes, especially those living in cities after the water being purified.